we're segmenting the...
But find somebody who knows you and then come through an introduction.
You know, yes and no. I mean, I'm very approachable. Unlike a lot of VCs, we put our phone numbers, emails, and to my earlier point, it'll take a time before I get back to you, but I will get back to you. I meet people at various events and talk to them about things. My criteria is very high based, and I'll tell you this right now, most VCs won't tell you when they're looking and when they're not. I'm not looking for new deals. We have money, but I'm sitting on 4 boards right now for Okapi and another 4 or 5 non-Okapi boards. And the last investment I'm running right now is CEO. We're searching for a CEO. We've got some candidates and we're going through that process. But I don't have the time to spend with someone, and I don't want to do this service of saying, oh yeah, send me something. So I've just been telling people, listen, give me a few months to catch my breath, but don't bother, which, you know, most of the VC advisors that I have that I talk to don't ever do that. Why not? What's the harm in telling people?
I'm not going to look at it. Hey, what's the best way to get to you?
Certainly not sending it through a blind mailbox. That's for sure. I think
does anybody read them?
Well, actually, they do. And then they forward them in. And I think of the almost 1,100 companies we've invested in since 1991, we've done one of those deals.
Wow.
That came in through the,
in 1993? It was a large company. You were going to tell me the name of it?
It's one of the S1s. No, but I think, you know, to a large degree, for the entrepreneurs, you have to do networking, right? You have to go out and get the VCs to at least meet you face to face. I think email introductions from trusted referrals, that's well known, that's a cliche. But being able to know exactly what you do and why you do it and why it's going to matter and be able to say that in 10 or 15 seconds to someone's face, that's super important, right? Because that's the stuff that I will remember.
So you read a lot of business plans then?
Usually, yeah, I get probably 2 or 3 a day.
2 or 3 a day, and you read them all? Or is it the 15 seconds?
No, I'll scan them. I'll scan them. You know, I get to Mark's point, you have to know who you're pitching. The same way I'm going to get to know you, right? So I don't believe, you know, your credibility is sharp when you want to do a clean tech deal, but you have a BA in history, right? And, you know, you've never been near clean or tech, right? So, I mean, that's a problem, right? And so the same way, know me and know what I'm interested in, right? So if you come in, you know, you Google me or whatever it is, you know what I care about, right? And from there, you can just sort of fine-tune that. Or, the other thing that works is, come on, again, like I said, come and ask for advice. Because, you know, VCs love to pontificate. They also love to give advice on stuff that they don't know anything about. You know, and so what then happens is, you can come in and say, you know, I know this is not your space because I've done research on you. That's the stuff that gets people's attention. I've done research on you. You clearly don't look at this stuff, but who does?
Yeah.
Who should I talk to? And you'll be very surprised how you just get 4 or 5 names. You know, and sometimes guys will be like, oh, I'll send this on. You know, I just copy it and I send it on. You know, because it sounds interesting. So that's, I think, is sort of what you want to be able to figure out is people that can recognize you or people that these VCs know if they can trust as a referral, like, you know, and come to conferences, network, speak. Don't just come to attend.
Yep.
Also have to be visible, because that's how people find
you. So rush the stage when he's done talking. Go ahead, Steve.
So one term that I hate is the term business plan, because I think that saying those words connotes the wrong thing.
I mean, these people paid a lot of money to learn how to write this.
Don't write a business plan. That's my advice. So when I think of a business plan, and this might be wrong, but it was my senior year in college, I took a business class, and we had to write a business plan about this business. I ended up writing this 35-page document with financials in the back. It was bound in Kinko's, and I handed it around to people. We get those all the time. I've never read one in my entire life. Never, ever, and I don't know if these guys agree, send me a business plan. I will read a short email. I love 1 or 2 page executive summaries. I absolutely love them. And if I read a 1 or 2 page executive summary and I call you back and want more, I want a 15-page PowerPoint deck, right? I don't ever want to see a business plan. The only time I want to see something that maybe looks like a business plan is when we're sort of in the last stages of diligence and you've put together a diligence binder and we're going through the details. But business plans drive me crazy, and I think it's a waste of time. I mean, I've been an entrepreneur, and as soon as I've had VCs tell me, come back with your business plan. You mean, I'm gonna sit in my room for 2 weeks, type up a 35-page document talking about market size and segmentation, this and that, and this is the internet. And by the time I finish it, everything's gonna have changed anyway. I'm like, are you kidding me? So either it's a no, or the person's a complete numbskull. So I hate the term business plan. I never want to see a business plan.
Okay. mistakes that entrepreneurs are prone to make, especially that they may have picked up in business, or any bad habits they should use themselves?
Yeah, I'll tell you one of my
Did any forecaster ever accurate?
we know all
So the numbers are all made up.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ever say these are conservative estimates.
Yeah. But the other pet peeve I have is I really try. I know I'm occasionally guilty of it, but I try not to pontificate when I'm sitting with entrepreneurs. But what I do want, what I am going to be measuring, is that that meeting, because you dedicated your life to this opportunity,
Better be
I'm
negotiating.
expecting that you have mastered it. And don't let me come in and know it better than you.
Yeah, there's an adage.
Oh,
If the VC knows more than you do about your business, you're in the wrong business.
This is not something you're going to do. And I have run into that a lot. You must show mastery. You know, at some point in time, maybe there's some, you know, when we're in third or fourth meeting and I'm asking about your financials and your assumptions, yeah, you know, I'm testing to see whether you really thought through that, sure. But you must show mastery, and mastery is domain expertise, whether it's the product side, or it's the customer side,
Sure.
or the opportunity, or the need. But you have to show mastery of why, so I can know that when you go out and execute on this, I can close my eyes and know you're going to deliver.
And what are you hoping to see expertise in the coming year? 2010, what would be a good place to see expertise in, besides this clean tech deal that's going to close on Friday? Anything
No, I
else?
know it's a consumer tech.
Oh, consumer tech, I'm sorry.
He's trying to get that thing right. I'm a VC. I play everything close to chest. No, but I will tell you that one thing that I see as a 2010 sort of a trend is I think you're going to find more and more people get more and more comfortable with the fact that the services they consume, or the documents, or the media they consume, don't necessarily have to be where they are.
Cloud computing.
Right, so it's what is called cloud computing. We've talked a lot about it. There's been a lot of hype. There's also a lot of confusion. But you know, I watch my kids, and you know, it's fascinating to see how easy it is for my son to say, "Oh, my homework is on Google Docs," or you know, where's his music? Well, I don't have any music. I just go to bootstrap.com. You know, everything is sort of a service to them, and you call it when you need it, and then when you don't need it, you don't have it.
Sure.
And I think that's sort of when you're watching those consumption patterns for the younger folks, and then you're also watching some of those folks, you know, on the web, you know, who are consuming Facebook, 400 million users on Facebook and counting and the like. I think that's going to be very important, because when you're asking people, you know, whether it's the downloadable utility or whatever it is, you have to understand that you're going to find a lot of resistance because the trend is moving very differently.
Mark, what about you? When you come back into investing, what are you going to be looking for?
Yeah, my shtick or bent the last 5 years has been around mobile, broadly defined, and to Ghost's point, it's more my information, be it in numerical or graphical form, accessed anywhere, anytime, through any device, but not physically with me, not physically in my house or physically in my office. It's out there in the cloud. I hate the term, but I don't know where it is, and I don't actually care, so long as it's secure, accessible. And I think one of the things that you're starting to see, and you know, AT&T sort of won big and lost big on the iPhone, is the data utilization. So, well, the size of these files moving through the U.S. and abroad are growing as video comes on, and people are having a hard time, you know, how do you parse that? How do you compress that? How do you transmit that? How do you store that? Those types of problems are going to be magnified over the next few years.
How do you process that into those answers?
You know it.
Well, that's a good one. That's why I didn't say that.
Exactly.
There's only one answer.
Stu, you've got a little different perspective in that you're actually doing what you believe is going to be big in 2010.
Yeah, so I'm now placing kind of one bet with my time right now. Let me give a pitch on iChange, although this doesn't look like a room that needs it. So I just started as of January 1st as CEO with one of our portfolio companies, which is an early stage company. It's me and 4 engineers right now. And my wife turned to me and was like, "You've done this twice before. I can't believe you're doing this again." It's a company that basically connects individuals with